what's going on, guys? I'm going to be going over our newer update that we're going to be bringing to the CRT candle range theory algo slash indicator trading strategy. So what this is remember 3 candle model. That's what the main indicator has been about, which is where you have a candle. You have candle 2, which wicks the high or the low of candle 1. And then you look for the opposing end of the candle's range, because all candles are ranges. So that is the original model that we were using, but now we're going to be updating the algo as well, or possibly creating this into a new algo, with candle 1 being a candle that's usually pretty large candle because it forms inside bars after the candle forms. So this candle right here, it's a range, right? So there's a range high, a range low. And then we have a bunch of inside bar candles, but we still haven't hit the high or low of this range yet, right? So what this algo is going to be doing, it's going to be looking for the same thing as the candle range theory, the 3 candle model 1, except you're using a range which hasn't been purged with inside bar candles. So this candle right here forms, right? Then we have an inside bar candle, drops a little bit, but doesn't hit either end of the range of this candle. Then we chop around, and then we hit the low of this candle's range, right? So we're hitting the range low. And what do you do at the range low? You buy the range low, sell the range high, right? So what this is now doing is it's verifying that this wicked this end or this end, right? Wicked, closed above, right? And then what do? We target the opposing end of the candle's range, or the midpoint. Right now I have this algo unfiltered, so this is pointing out every single one that our algo is calling. So as you see here, this was a very nice setup. You have this large candle range. Candles chopped around. Candle hit the range low, rejected the range low, closed above. You took a long, targeting the opposing end of the candle's range. This is a setup right here. This one failed. Again, this isn't optimized or anything like that. This is just pointing out every single one. Candle formed a range right here. Range high, range low, chopped around. Hit the range high, closed below, rejected the range high, took a short, and ended up popping back higher and stopped out. The stop loss on these would be the high of the purge candle, so it's this candle's high right here for shorts. Let's look at another one, that one. This one right here might have gotten wicked out, which we have the wick out feature in our algo. However, I don't have it on right now because it doesn't work in backtesting data, because TradingView only stores the open, high, low, and close of candles in their backtesting data, so it doesn't work on like a lower time frame as if it was working live. It does work live though. So let's say this one got wicked out here, so this would be the stop loss right here. So what do we have? We had a candle form, right? Then we had inside bars. This candle wicked the low, closed above, rejected the low. So we took a long right here on this candle. Didn't stop us out. This candle may have stopped us out. I would have to check on a lower time frame. But it wicked down to where our stop loss would be, and then it rejected, and then it popped higher. So if this would have wicked out, then this would have been a winning trade for our algo. This is a pretty nice one right here. Big, thick candle, right? Chopped around, hit the range low, rejected the range low, closed up here, took a long on the next candle, targeted the opposing end right here. And this is also likely higher probability, this move right here, because of this FVG right here, right? Tapped the FVG, formed a low inside the FVG, rejected the low inside the FVG, and then we popped higher. So this is going to be what we're going to be adding. We will include some newer filters as well, because not all the 3 candle model filters are going to help out with this one. Like possibly maybe like midnight might not help out with this one as much. Let's see what else we have in here. We're going to be adding FVGs to this one as well. Risk reward will help in this one, obviously. But we do want to add some newer filters as well. So actually, like, all the filters in here may help out. Yeah. Second TP for this one would be the range high or range low, depending if you're shorting, range low, longing, range high. First TP would be the midpoint of this candle. So it's similar to a 3 candle model. Again, it's just that this has inside bars, right? So this candle forms inside bar. It's not a 3 candle model. Let's see. And some of them are going to be like harder to trade. Like this one with this long wick right here, this is a humongous range, right? So if you're going to take a short up here, say we wick this high, which we did, right? We barely tapped this high. If we're going to take a short, this is going to be a humongous RR. So the likeliness that this plays out is very low, at 37 to 1. That's going to be a very low chance that that's going to end up playing out the entirety. But if it did, obviously you would win a lot of your risk. So this one right here, nice win. Stabbed the range low, rejected, closed up here, took a long on the next candle, tapped the range high. Let's take profit. Maybe we'll add some sort of like ATR filter or something with, because if you have this large range and then you have a couple candles chopping around, your ATR is not going to be that high because you're not moving, right? You are moving, but you're ranging, right? Right here, if you're ranging inside of a candle, especially on a 4-hour time frame for some time, like 1, 2, 3, this is already 12 hours that you're in here, right? 4, 8, 12, right? You're already in here 12 hours, 16, 20 hours. Now you're inside of this range for 20 hours. So if you have a huge spike, possibly, maybe we could add some sort of ATR filter that will help out with filtering out a lot of the losers. This is a nice one right here, range. Sat inside the range for 4 hours, tapped the range high, rejected the range high, took a short, tapped the range low, tapped this FVG, and we ended up reversing higher. So as you see, this does have a pretty nice win rate, and I think that it may be ultimately better in total with the win rate than the 3-candle model, because if you have a range, right, and you're sitting inside the range for a while, you're accumulating. This is all accumulation right here, right? So if you're accumulating, there's going to be some sort of manipulation move. So if we incorporate maybe FVGs or some sort of higher time frame levels and maybe like an ATR filter or something, it's going to filter out a lot of the losers, one, but also it's going to verify that this is likely to be the manipulation. So if we hit replay right here, give a second to load, sorry. Sorry, I had to game the range first. That candle close is when we called it. Okay, so hitting replay, you have this candle's range, right? You wick the range high, close below, right? So if you have some sort of maybe ATR filter or something, we can probably make this a lot higher probability, because in here, this is just all accumulation, right? So if we have a model that's saying, hey, this is the manipulation leg right here, let's go short now, it's going to work out pretty good because we're assuming that this is going to be the manipulation. After a long accumulation like this, you're going to have some sort of manipulation, right? So the reason that I say that this might be better than the 3-candle model is because of all this accumulation, right? If you get a big accumulation, what's going to happen? You're going to get a big manipulation and then even bigger distribution, right? Like if you take Bitcoin for how it's run up, right? What happened? Look at this humongous accumulation, right? So with accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? The longer you accumulate for, the bigger your manipulation is going to be, scaring everyone, and then the larger your distribution is going to be, right? So that whole move was caused by this manipulation leg right here, scaring everyone out of their positions. So that might be why the Intrabar, we're going to be calling it, the Intrabar CRT strategy might end up being more profitable in the 3-candle model. And also another thing that I wanted to add with this and see the results of was a 3-candle model inside of the Intrabar strategy. So this would be a good example right here. We have an Intrabar, right? The range candle chopped around. This candle wicked the high, closed below, right? That's a pretty nice manipulation leg right there, because all this price action that ran up here got rejected within that 4-hour period and closed all the way back down here. But if you look closely, I'll give you a second to look before I point it out. We have a 3-candle model in here, right? So you have a candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, right? So you have a 3-candle model inside of the Intrabar, which I want to add a filter where the manipulation has to also be a 3-candle model. And that's going to give it higher probability, because now you have a lower time frame, not lower time frame in comparison to the time frame you're using, but you have a lower time frame, more closer to the day's price action, right? Saying 3-candle model, we're going to head lower. but then you also wick this candle's high, right? So you have a larger range, which you're wicking a high of, and you also have this lower time frame range, this smaller range, inside of the larger range, which you're also wicking a high of, right? You're wicking this high, but closing below. So I think that this will make it super high probability, but we'll have to see the results when we get there. But I just wanted to showcase this strategy, and I will let you know when we implement it. But it's going to get implemented, I believe, into the existing candle range theory algo. Otherwise, if we decide, we might offer it as a brand new algo altogether, because it's a little bit different than the CRT 3 candle model algo which we have. And just to put more work into this one, we'll probably make it into a new algo. So I just want to showcase this. I hope you guys enjoyed.